Hey everybody, we're in Seguin, Texas at Max Starcke Disc Golf Course, and on this episode, I'm going to tell you why I only throw forehand. Could be fun. See if we can't get this Grace to turn over on a low turnover and fight back. Get in. So on this hole, it'd be way easier to take the right hand backhand over these trees to the right and hyzer back. But instead I have to take a much more low line there with the Grace and have it dump right before this tree, which it did. Whew. And we'll call that reason number one why I throw only forehand is sometimes it's just fun to take the more difficult line. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm like really good and I need to make it harder. No, it's kind of the opposite. Is instead of me being really good, is because I'm limited. Great way to start. Makes me focus up more because I realize that I have to use a different line than what usually my buddies are gonna take or what people I would usually love to watch take. I don't know, it makes it fun. It makes a challenging game even that much more challenging, which makes it, when I get a birdie like this, that much more rewarding. Even though this wouldn't be the sensible play, and I might only birdie this 1 out of 5, 6 times. So, but that's the first reason. All right, hole number 2, it's a par 4. It's like 500 feet. Again, the backhand hyzer is great because it'll just kick you to the left. But I have choices here. Is I can either go forehand roller and hope that I hug here and then cut up to the right, but we've got wet ground, so I don't know if that is in play. Or throw a forehand that I hope just kind of sits towards the middle with this crosswind and puts me in a place where I can forehand up at it. So I think the play here is to go brave, kind of on a hyzer flip, and just keep it lower. And just stay towards the middle. If it stays off the tree, it's great. It hit the tree right in its, if the tree had a face, it hit it in the face. A little over 250 feet. So I think what I'll do is grab my straighter suspect and just go right at it. This isn't a horrible spot to be, but still not ideal. If that comes back, it's fine. It didn't, but I might have foot faulted too. But there's no one here to call it, so, and I was behind the disc, so what are you gonna, what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, grass is real nice and thick and wet, so that's great. The suspect, this should be very, very makeable. Just gonna aim it a little to the left here. Glad I made it on the first one. Not a bad start. That was cute. All right. Cut through. Oh, those kids made me so nervous. I'm gonna use that as the excuse. Not that I suck. They made me nervous to throw anywhere near them. That's it. Just get close enough for par. Just like so. All right. All right. That's too bad. I like this hole. It was right on line with the basket. I just was so scared to throw something straight on with a little bit of flip to come back. It's all right. All right, hole number 4. Again, one of those holes where you can throw like a backhand turnover and let it come back, or it is fairly open here on the right-hand side. Just take something like a Felon or something overstable and throw it straight, let it die out right at it. That's the other thing with throwing forehand is, another point, throwing forehand on something like this is, it's just familiarity. You can throw a lot of the same stuff and it's available on a lot of holes. Should be right up by it. But familiarity is like, I told you I could throw a backhand flex. I don't have to think about that. It's more of, I'm throwing a forehand. What forehand? And sometimes it's just picking the right disc. One of the other things with being a forehand only player that I love is disc selection. When I first started throwing forehand, I was just like, just get everything super overstable. But I'm learning to throw things like a Brave, throw rollers with my Hybrid X Vandal, throw some shape shots with, you know, the Grace, the Explorer, learn how to throw putters, throw something like the Berg on approaches. Really, it's really fun to watch people throw backhand and think to myself, I wonder how that would work for me as a forehand player. So that's another nice thing, disc selection. All right, hole 5, it's only 310 feet right down that way. And again, it's familiarity and picking some fun shot lines. With the backhand hyzer, it's really easy, but I could just take a fun line. And so now all I have to pick is which disc. You saw me early throw the Brave on a hyzer flip that just kept riding to left, straight into that tree. Well, if I throw a similar line here and let it just ride and then come back, I might be in a really good spot. Just have to control it. So I think that's gonna be the only thing here. If it fades, I'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. Not pretty, little bit too flat to really get it right at the basket, kind of turn too much, but it'll be fine. And again, you can still make do with maybe not taking the most simple shot possible to, you know, highly skilled players, but for me, I can figure that out. And it's a great way to learn new discs and new shots and continue with point 1 and point 2. And right now, we're off to, I mean, the best start I've ever had here. Probably shouldn't say that, but I'll share with you right now. Here in 2024, my goal for this course is -10. To be able to throw -10 one time, I'd be absolutely thrilled. And right now, we're 4 down. We're gonna throw the same shot with the Brave here. Oh no. I got nervous, my bad. All right, we'll hurry up. All right, let's see here. We'll just go ahead. I'm out of breath after running after that one. I got nervous about hitting people again. So you know what, this is where I'm gonna try the strive on hyzer and just see if it won't push right to the basket. If it gets through, all right, strive ended up not too bad. Lost my mini somewhere, thought I had it. Shoot. Well, that doesn't make up for a lost mini, but it does for that horrible shot in the last tee. And I see how the strive is gonna fit really well on holes like this. This one's 241 feet. This is a forehand hole. This is where this gives me an advantage over my opponents. This type of hole right here. The backhand, you're going into a hillside disc first and you're gonna get a lot of rollaways. Here I can throw something like a berg or something with a soft plastic that can just settle, and I can throw off to the right where there really isn't much in the way. Just get over the hill. This is go for par type of hole, because that's gonna go down the hill and be bad. All right, well, you can't see it, I can't see it. We're gonna find out together on the next point. There are a lot of forehand dominant holes. All right, well, I actually gave myself a little bit of a putt. Now I just have to make the decision. Is do I take the putt and risk going down the hill, or do I just lay up? Which I've given myself some bonus strokes. Yes. And again, this is one I should get because I'm forehand dominant. Well, I'm forehand only. Me and forehand are exclusive. And if I can do that every time, that's a stroke on almost everybody I play against. Hole 9, par 5. It's an easy par 5, not gonna lie, but doesn't make it any easier throwing backhand or forehand. So again, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a bomber here like the Grayson. I'm actually gonna hope that it holds over and gets me to the left-hand side instead of throwing something just straight on hyzer. Because I want to be over there, because then I can just hyzer over everything and have a good look instead of having to deal with the trees right there in the middle. So let's see what we can do. Hit the tree, but it's not actually in that horrible of a spot. Let's see what this, my newest Orbit Gray, something really stable, can do if I throw it off flat here, let it just die back. I am running uphill, so there's no telling what this is going to turn into. I think that's way short. But we're gonna find out. So the Grace didn't go as far as I wanted it to. Left me a little bit of a putt here on a lower basket, but I think I can make a run at this. This should be a par 4. This is an easy par 5. Cute. Both of those were bad. I don't deserve it. That's still a birdie. And lessons on that one. Don't throw into a tree. Throw harder. Putt better. Those are my tips for today. Don't throw into a tree. Throw harder. Putt better. You're welcome. Hole 10, we are kind of crushing it right now. That's all I'm gonna say. But hole 10, it's 314 feet, but it's way downhill. And this hole reminds me of another reason why I love to forehand is there's a lot of obstacles, but I can just look at my target. Backhand, there's so many more mechanics. But being a forehand only player, I love that. To me, it makes more sense because it's less mechanics. So it makes things simple. Forehand to me, it's just simple. And watch me just simply throw this into a tree. That's not gonna be a birdie. It's funny how I said how simple it is, but yet then I just go and throw a disc I've never thrown this hole before, throw it way short. But it allows me to talk about something else. I feel like approaches, even when I was throwing backhand, I was throwing every approach forehand. Because it just felt simple. And then I can just put this in for a simple par. Yes, simple. All right, hole 10, it's 357 feet. I don't have anything to talk about. I just need to chuck it. Maybe that's what I need to do and stop talking a little bit. So in the last hole, I think I talked too much. I just need to walk up and I just need to just go. Just don't think. Or maybe think, maybe I should think, maybe somewhere in between. And somewhere in between just going and throwing and, but darn, man. All right, this hole is 335 feet. It's just right there. We have a little bit of a headwind, so I do think I'm actually gonna disc up here to a grace. Usually throw a felon, maybe even an explorer, but I think I'm gonna just keep trying this Kristen Tatar grace here. See how it compares to the rest of mine. So I'm gonna aim off here to the left, understanding it's pretty overstable. It ain't that overstable. That might be a putt. Long putt, not where I wanna be, but I threw that one way off to the left and it still came back. So that's definitely gonna be my most overstable grace, which is nice to have. Top chain, meet my disc. That's a good bird. All right, hole 13, par 5, 623 feet. There is a forehand play through here. I could also go really hard hyzer, try to get towards the middle and give myself like a 300-foot attack shot, which I think is what I'll do. But to do that, I'm gonna go with Gripple Grace here. If you guys are still watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But this is, feet-wise, this is a really gettable par 5, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. If it gets under stuff, I'm in great spot. That's great. I'll be able to make do with that. All right, I want something that's gonna go from left to right, so I'm gonna go with this grace here. I think this is probably only about 300 feet, probably a little bit less. So I might just do a standstill, disc up and do a standstill from the Gripple Grace and just kind of send it out there and see what we can do. This is a great placement shot. I wasn't trying to kill it, just tried to get it to where I needed it to be. That might cut in a little early into that tree. That's not a putt, but that's a lot better than what it could have been. I guess that is another benefit I feel like, again, looking at your target with a forehand and being able to just stand still and just kind of get most of the power that I get on my forehand, I can get in a standstill. All right, top chain, let's try that again. All right, top chain, meet my disc. Wow, I didn't hit the top chain, but it listened. Dang. All right, so that should be a birdie, but on this course, it's not. Dang, that placement shot was incredible. All right, hole 14, it's only 260 feet. I should probably be going with something more like an approach disc, but it's a low ceiling and it's really nice to just be able to slap something out there and let it die out. The other reason I'm a forehand player is because for backhand, there's no motion in basketball, football, or track. Those were the only sports that I really did that had this motion, that had kind of a pull. I was an offensive lineman in high school and college. I was a basketball player. And so I think another reason why I like forehand is the wrist snap, like you do in basketball. I wasn't a shooter, but your passes, you snap the ball. You shoot it, you pass the ball. You slap someone, you slap them. So I think that we got a squirrel friend here. You do you, I'll do me. That's why I think that I lean more towards forehand, is it's more natural. So it's simple, natural, fun, shape lines, fun to shape the lines. Yeah, all those things. So let's see if we can't make this one happen. Nope, it's gonna hit something. Just die. This was not a good throw. It's way up here. And for putting, there really isn't anything close to putting except it's pushing. I don't know, but I'm not a great putter. Let's try this again. Top disc, meet my putter. I hit it, I hit the top. That's insane. All right, try that. New tip for me. And tell the top chain to meet your disc. I've made 3 of those in a row. All right, hole 14. Man, do I go strive or do I go grace? I'm gonna go with the pink race here because it's been flexing back a little bit more. I'm gonna put this on a bunch of turn and see if I can't get it to go there. It's 432 feet, but I want to at least have a putt at the 2. And I think I can do it if I throw the same line that I did earlier on that low shot. It's gonna take a lot of power. That's gonna flex too early and hit stuff. Dang it. I mean, I have the distance. I don't know if the top chain can hear me here, but let's try it anyway. Top chain, you're ready to meet my disc. That stuck to my hand. Goal is to get this one day. What? I'm gonna throw my... We're gonna go stable, Kristen Tatar. It's 371 feet. Like to flex it out, but I'd say the number one reason why I'm a forehand only player is physical limitations. Let's get this throw out and we'll explain more. That's so short. Holy smokes. Oh, and that hurt. I ripped through my Band-Aid. Man. I threw a random one out of frustration because I broke through my bandage and now it hurts, but I gotta go find it now because I'm not very smart. All right, top chain, I gotta aim over it. Top of the basket, meet my disc. Needs to be much more clean, out of the hand. All right, we're going roller, boys. So, physical limitations here, as I was talking about. When I throw backhand, it clicks. And it hurts. So at the end of rounds, I'd be so tired and it hurt so bad. I could throw really well backhand sometimes, it would be inconsistent, it would hurt. And I took 3 years off of disc golf. And as I came back, I had to have hip surgery. So I was just facing my target, throwing off of 1 foot. And I realized I can do that and it doesn't hurt because there's no click on my forehand. So between the hip surgery, hip recovery, and just realizing that I can't backhand, even if it might be good for my game, but bad for my health. Learn how to do this. Learn how to forehand, but don't be limited completely by the things that hold you back. That wasn't good, but we're gonna just have to play with it. Let's see if I can't get the Reco to kind of stand up and go right at it here. Nope, that hurt. All right, well, this was a horrible shot, but I can allow myself to I think this is a running jump putt here. This is outside of my range. Tried a new shot, didn't go well. I lifted it. Wow, lots of squirrels. You know what? Now watch this. That's probably the right decision. Just take the par. Man, 2 pars in a row. And my shoes are squeaking. Squish, 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 squish. If you've watched this long, thank you so much. We're on hole 18. You've made it through it. But yeah, why I'm a forehand only player. Yes, the biggest reason is the physical limitations that I have with my shoulder and with my body, with my hip. But it is. There's other reasons why I keep coming back and wanting to get better. Is the fun in different shot shapes, the simplification, and the familiarity with just throwing forehand. Makes it easier with time too, because I'm only practicing 1 shot. I don't have to think about throwing a backhand turnover or working on this wrist angle or that. It's really, do I throw it on hyzer? Do I throw out flat and hyzer? It simplifies everything. Also, the mechanics are simplified to me. I have the familiarity with, basketball, being able to do more of a push motion, and the disc selection. So if you've watched this entire time, thank you so much. Let's see what we can do on hole 18 here with the suspect. All right, thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let's see if I can't just end this out on a birdie. This is my best round I've ever had. And it's not even close. Barely made that, but y'all are amazing. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you have any recommendations for discs. Today I threw some new Castoplast. You saw me use the yarn, the Reco. I'm excited to try out some new brands, get away from Trilogy, look for that video as to why I throw Trilogy here coming up soon. But I'll probably link to my In the Bag for more information about most of the discs that I throw. But I can't wait to see you guys on the next one here on Forehand Disc Golf.